All right, Portland Trail Blazers beat the San Antonio Spurs. The final score was something to something, but who even gives a fuck? Wembanyama gets diagnosed with a concussion. I'm not going to show the play again because it just breaks my heart. But if y'all saw it, Scoot Henderson is guarding Wemby. It's nothing dirty. Wemby's backing down. Scoot pulls the chair from under him. Wemby kind of loses his balance, and the first thing that hits the floor is his chin, and his chin bounces like twice on the floor, and it was really rough to watch. It wasn't like Paul George breaking his leg back in the day or anything like that, but it was a really hard fall. Wemby falls. He was almost, I don't know if knocked out is the word, but he was laying on the ground for a second. He's in a daze, obviously. If it was a UFC fight, Wemby would have been getting ground and pounded into submission because he hit his chin really bad and he was diagnosed with a concussion. I know in UFC and boxing and stuff, you can get hit in the chin, just get your knees kind of taken out from under you. You get knocked out or dazed or whatever it is, and it doesn't necessarily mean that you for sure had a concussion. You just get your chin hit, your knees give out, and you end up getting knocked out or at least rocked enough to lose that fight. With Wemby, if y'all saw the play again, he hits his chin pretty fucking bad. One little positive on it, I'm glad Wemby didn't bite his tongue off at least. Sounds like I'm trolling, but I'm dead ass serious because he hits his chin. If his tongue was, out between his teeth, he probably would have, I don't know, bit his tongue off would be the word, but it's possible he would have at least probably injured his tongue really bad. I don't know if that would keep him out from any games, but that's one thing that fortunately didn't happen. Right here, Victor Wembanyama and the Victor Wembanyama has the San Antonio Spurs playoff fortunes in his hands, or more accurately in his head. They thought they cooked with this little article title, but fuck these guys. I'm just emotional. Wemby's hurt. Moving on, Wemby exited game 2 of the Spurs' first round series with the Blazers in the first half when he suffered a suspected concussion after his head bounced off the court. Spurs blew a 15-point lead. Blazers won by 3 points and fucking sucked. I'm heartbroken. Moving on, biggest story of the series, one of the biggest stories in the NBA right now, centers on Wemby's progression through the protocol, which stands to prohibit his return for Game 3. So basically, I think they say it right here. Spurs head coach Mitch Johnson confirmed Tuesday night that Wemby will be in concussion protocol for 48 hours. I don't know. He was diagnosed with concussion. I don't know if he 100% had a concussion, but you see him hit his chin. He's in a daze. I don't know if y'all have had a concussion before, but one positive thing with Wemby hits his chin again. Like I said to the boxing UFC point, you might get your chin rocked and your knees go out. You're in a daze, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you had a concussion. You may have just took that blow and been in a bit of a daze. If y'all have had a serious concussion before, I've had 2 concussions. One of them was playing basketball. I went up to block a guy's shot. They pump faked. They kind of leaned over, and my calves basically hit the back of their back. So I fell over backwards, and the first thing that hit the ground was my head. I ended up getting 7 staples in the back of my head, but I had what they called a mild concussion at the doctor's office. I can't imagine what a serious concussion would be like because even with my mild concussion, hit my head, everything goes blurry. My vision was just fucked. Everything's blurry. I can't really see straight. I'm on the ground. I'm just in a daze. My boys helped to pick me up, and I could not have jogged back to a locker room the way Wemby did. I was just totally in a daze. My boys have to help pick me up and help me even walk because I couldn't even walk straight. Have to help me walk to the bench, whatever it was. And then I go to the doctor to get those staples in the back of my head. But that gives me some hope for Wemby because when I had that concussion, again, just everything's blurry. All your vision is blurry. Couldn't even walk straight. It's like you're drunk, basically. I would not have been able to jog off a court the way Wemby did, so that gives me some hope for him. I had one more concussion skateboard, and I hit my head right in the front of my head, and same kind of thing. Everything just goes blurry. I was not jogging back to any locker room. Um, Probably a couple hours later, I got super nauseous. I think I threw up after I got that concussion. So those are both diagnosed as mild concussions from the doctor when I went. So Wemby's looked less than a mild concussion because, again, if it was more severe, he would not have been able to jog off the court under his own power. So that's one positive thing. This is not the post here, but Shams Charania was saying, just like they're saying here, 48-hour protocol. Gets his concussion Tuesday night. After 48 hours, it'll be Thursday night, and then he can be reevaluated. And then, hopefully he'll play on Friday. I'm pretty sure. Again, based on my past experiences with concussions, even when I got mine, I feel like mine were worse than Wemby's because, again, like I was saying, I couldn't even walk in a fucking straight line, and Wemby was able to get off the court in his own power. He jogged off. He looked like he was moving well. I think it was more just the chin blow kind of took his legs out from underneath him, and he was obviously dazed for a second. But again, just like boxing, UFC, you get hit in the chin, you go down, you might be in a daze for a second, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you had a severe concussion or even a concussion at all. To be honest, saying down here, Spurs are unlikely to rush Wembanyama back, just given how our organization handles things there. Um, I don't think we'll rush him back. For me as a Spurs fan, I think Wemby's gonna miss. I think he'll miss Game 3. I think he'll be ready and capable of playing. It's not the NFL. It's not like he's taking a bunch of head blows. Wemby does get hit in the face quite a lot, and they don't call it, so that's kind of frustrating. But in my opinion, I think Wemby will be probably cleared and available to play for Game 3. I think the Spurs won't play him. And no matter what the result is from Game 3, I think Wemby comes back for Game 4. If the Spurs go down 2-1 in Game 3, I think he definitely comes back Game 4. Even if the Spurs win Game 3, well, if the Spurs win Game 3, they might just sit him out for Game 4 and then bring him back Game 5. Whether the series is 2-2, whether it's 3-1 in the Spurs' favor. But yeah, like I was saying, if the Spurs lose on Friday and we go down 2-1, I think Wemby definitely comes back in Game 4. And, I think if he really wants to play, he'll be able to play in Game 3 because, again, it didn't look too severe for Wemby. And even when I got my concussions, 3 days later, I could have went out and played basketball. And again, I feel like my concussions were worse than the one Wemby had gotten here. One more thing I want to bring up. Um, People love to put out the injury prone narrative for Wemby, and it's just not true. People are just ignorant. They see he had his deep vein thrombosis. We'll check it out right here. These are Wemby's stats for his career. I'm not too worried about his points per game and shit like that. This is just games played. So his rookie season, he plays 71 games, which is almost the whole season. He only misses the 11 games. Just with load management, probably was mainly what it was. But Wemby didn't have any notable injuries in his rookie year. Plays 46 games in his second season, gets the deep vein thrombosis. But if he didn't have the deep vein thrombosis, I think he would have played probably at least 65 games and won Defensive Player of the Year his second year. But just a freak thing. Chris Bosh had the blood clots. I've seen other players have the blood clots and they get over it and they're just fine. It seems like Wemby has that behind him, and the blood clot concerns seem to be gone at this point. And then this season, Wemby plays the 64 games. He did play 65. I just don't think they counted it here because one was the in-season tournament, but it still counted towards his Defensive Player of the Year, which he ends up winning. But people love to throw out, oh, Wemby's injury, he's injury prone, and it's just not true. As a Spurs fan, when I'm watching Wemby play, I'm not watching with my fingers crossed and shit, hoping Wemby doesn't get injured. Of course, I don't want him to, but watching Wemby play, I'm not thinking, oh, he's gonna fucking sprain his ankle or hurt his knee or something like that. He's really flexible. I'd like to see him be a bit more coordinated out there. He does hit the ground a lot. Part of that, he falls down on purpose a lot. That way he doesn't fall and sprain an ankle or something like that. It's better to just fall to the ground instead of putting that extra pressure on his ankles or knees or whatever it is. When he's landing, possibly land on someone's foot and sprain an ankle instead. He just kind of falls down to get that pressure off his knees and ankles. But again, the injury prone narrative is just not true. This was just a freak injury. Wemby got a concussion. It could have happened to any player out there. But just some quick notes. Wemby's played 181 games so far in his career over these past 3 seasons. Um, a couple other just random names I could throw out there. So yeah, Wemby's played the 181 games these past 3 seasons. Giannis Antetokounmpo has played 176 games these past 3 seasons. Giannis has had some injury concerns, but I don't look at Giannis as an injury-prone player. I know these past 3 seasons he's been dealing with some stuff, but when we're watching Giannis play out there, no one's crossing their fingers and thinking he's going to have some devastating injury. The way people like to do with Wemby, it's really frustrating. Luka Doncic, Luka has played 184 games these past 3 seasons. He has dealt with some minor injury stuff, but I don't think Luka is largely injury prone either. Chet Holmgren's played 183 games these past 3 seasons. People do throw out the injury prone narrative a bit with Chet, but I don't think it's too bad. We already talked about Giannis, 176. Tyrese Maxey's played 192 games these past 3 seasons, and no one ever talks about Tyrese Maxey being injury prone. So I think people just over dramatize Wemby being injury prone when really all that happened was he had deep vein thrombosis, missed half of his second season, and if he doesn't have the deep vein thrombosis, he's probably playing 65 or more games every single season so far in his career. Another thing that really frustrates me, it's a podcast I watch. It's called Player's Choice. 10 out of 10, I highly recommend checking out Player's Choice. It's an awesome podcast. But one of the members on Player's Choice was saying, oh, if I can get 10 years, 8 years of Wemby, that's awesome. That's a perfect career. Just acting like Wemby is going to be done with his career when he's 30 years old. And it's just so ignorant. They were also saying on Player's Choice, oh, Wemby, he's gonna have a foot injury, he's gonna have a knee injury. It's just a matter of time. It's 100% for sure gonna happen. When LeBron James first came in the NBA, if you told me LeBron James, he's going to play pretty much at the same level of athleticism his entire career until he's 42 years old, I would probably have told you that's not going to happen. LeBron James plays such an aggressive style of basketball. He's always going into the paint. He's dunking on people. He's always putting himself in a position where he could get knocked out of the air or possibly get injured. But LeBron James is, 22 seasons deep? Excuse me. 22 seasons deep now, and he's still rolling. I understand Wemby's 7'5". That's people's main concern is with how tall he is and with him possibly getting a foot injury, whatever it is. Back to the LeBron James point again. When LeBron James came in, if you told me he's going to play at that same level of athleticism for 22 seasons straight, I probably wouldn't believe you. But we've never seen anybody like LeBron James before, just like we've never seen anybody like Victor Wembanyama before. So that really will piss me off when people are saying, again, Player's Choice podcast, 10 out of 10, go watch it. It's an awesome podcast. I love it. But one of the members on there was saying, oh, just like it's a foregone conclusion, he's gonna fucking tear an ACL or an Achilles. Wemby's gonna get a foot injury. Just a matter of time. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. And it's just not true. As a Spurs fan, again, when I'm watching Wemby play, I'm not worried about Wemby getting injured. I'm not crossing my fingers. I'm just watching him play basketball. We've never seen anybody move like Wemby at that height, but we've never seen any player as flexible as Wemby at that height, and he does everything he can to take care of his body. So especially on this one. He gets the concussion. It was an unfortunate play, but I wouldn't see that happen and just say, oh, Wemby's so injury prone. And what really pissed me off was a member on Players' Choice saying, just a matter of time, Wemby's gonna hurt his foot, he's gonna hurt his knee, it's just gonna happen. And it's just so ignorant to say if Wemby does get injured, it happens, but if you're if you're saying, oh, Wemby's gonna get injured, it's just a matter of time, it's just a matter of time, you're just manifesting negative energy into the basketball world, and it's hard for me to consider you a real basketball fan when you're just basically saying it's Wemby's 100% going to get a foot injury or some kind of injury and just kind of waiting for it to happen. I think that's a really negative way to be watching Wemby because, again, he hasn't been injury prone in his career. That's just a made up narrative. He had deep vein thrombosis, missed half his second season, and then other than that, he's been healthy for the most part. 71 game rookie season, 65 games this season, and he's going to get load managed his entire career. It just is what it is. But I just thought that was just really a really negative way to look at basketball. It's hard for me to consider you a real basketball fan when you're just saying, "Oh, Wemby's 100% gonna get a major injury at some point in his career." Just watch the games, watch the one game at a time. If he does get injured, it happens, but it's so annoying people saying, "Oh, it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen." It's just a matter of time. But please like and subscribe. I'm trying to hit 7 billion subscribers. Let me know what you thought about the Wemby concussion. Let me know if you think Wemby's injury prone because, again, 71 game rookie season, deep vein thrombosis, 65 games this season. There's nothing I've seen from Wemby to say, oh, he's injury prone. He's just going to sprain his ankle. He's going to get hurt out there. But again, please like and subscribe. Like the video, hate the video, tell your friends about it, do something to it. We'll see y'all next.